Right, welcome back to another episode of the Jokes on Us podcast. This week I am joined, delightfully so, by the man himself, Mr. Leo.
Internet sensation.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I was going to get there.
From a few years ago.
Before you lost it all.
It's gone down
on
since
Instagram.
then, but yeah, I ran hot for a little while, didn't I?
So I know you as Leo,
Yeah.
the main man on, let's say, the Nev Drop.
Yeah.
And the voiceover king.
Yeah.
But all the fans know you as All Right Fans.
All Right Fans. Yeah, I hide behind All Right Fans and my balaclava, don't I?
You
So
should have brought your balaclava.
This is I don't know where it is, to be honest. I buy these props and I lose these props, so there's a balaclava somewhere.
I'd just like to say thanks for coming on.
Yeah, no, thanks for having me, mate. I don't mind a podcast.
You was begging to come on like straight away, weren't you?
Well, basically, yeah, it's fucking about time you've had me on, really. You've done about 100 episodes of different podcasts, and I've said, like, when the fucking hell do I get the call? So whoever didn't show up this week, thanks.
Yeah, cheers.
Here I am. But weirdly enough, this is the exact studio when our podcast, my old podcast used to just be an audio thing. This was my seat, so it is technically my seat.
What was the name of the old podcast?
Reverse Cowboy, which was the wrong name for a podcast because no one wants to tell anyone else they fucking listen to it. So it just like, you're never going to like...
When I went on the socials the other day, I said about you coming on, I said, you got any questions or whatever? And someone actually asked, is the Reverse Cowboy coming back?
It is coming back, but I'm probably going to change the name. He wants to keep the name. I want to change it just for that reason. Because I said that, and someone else came back to me and said, "Mate, it's fucking true." Like I used to hide my screen when I was watching it because I didn't want people walking past to see I'm listening to Reverse Cowboy. So that extends. It's like, yeah, I didn't even like telling people the name of my own podcast.
How did you get to the name though?
It's just a line out of the Nev Drop. So Gary Neville's under pressure. Paul Scholes asking him what his favourite position is, and he says right back at first, and then he's pressured again, and he says, "Yeah, fucking, that one, the fucking Reverse Cowboy." And it's just that.
So I've just come out to the hot place for a little break after what happened at David's fucking 50th, but I've had enough. All his new dickhead American mates were there, so he was just fucking showing off all that, weren't he, to his LA pals, being a prick, and I don't know why.
But it's
I love the voices.
It kind of suited the podcast in a way. Maybe I'll just keep it. I don't know. But yeah, he's coming back.
The fans love it. Just do what the fans want, not what you want.
Well, yeah, this is it. But if you give them too much power, you've got to remember you're dealing with civilians here. You know, like I'm the talent, so.
True, that's fucking absolutely bang on. Shut up, lump it.
But sometimes I've done polls and it's like, I don't agree. I don't know why I've asked you. You know, like.
But you're probably just killing the time, though, aren't you? You're bored.
No, but at first I was doing Patreon, I was listening to advice or the little tips you read, like, keep it interactive. Make sure that people feel part of the fucking, and so I was doing like polls and like choose your own ending for Nev Drops and this and that, and it's just dead. Yeah.
Did you ever listen to the fans?
I think I did, yeah. It was just, it's just small little storyline things that they could decide, but it was out of my hands then. I didn't like it,
Yeah,
my baby.
Is there a lot of work behind doing that, or have you nailed, like with the Nev Drop with regards to stuff?
Yeah.
Have you already written stuff down, or do you ad lib and just go with the flow of whatever you want to talk about?
What you do? So if anyone doesn't know what to do, I take footage, normally football pundits, remove the audio, and then just use those talking mouths as puppets to tell stories. But so everyone kind of, if you're lucky enough, you've met a Nev in your life.
Yeah.
He's like the guy after in betweeners, yeah? A bullshitter.
Yeah.
You also met a Teddy, who's a complete arsehole. These are the characters, yeah?
I'm Millwall's top scorer, if you know what I mean. They only call me the fucking king of Deansgate. Yes, they fucking do.
So I've just allocated certain characters to certain faces.
Yeah.
Some of them are wild.
It's like your assumption of what their probably alter ego would be, isn't it?
Yeah, but like really stretched. You know what I mean? Like Merson's fucking doing his chimney sweep license, and he loves
if you haven't seen it, honestly, it's fucking brilliant. And I'm not blowing smoke up your arse, mate.
I'm glad you like it, mate.
The best one for me is Big S.
Big S is a unique.
Explain who and what Big S is.
So like Big S and that, yeah. Hey, come on. Big S is Sol Campbell, but I'll call him Big S. But he's a technically on paper he would be a non-binary female, if that's possible. I don't even know if that. Yeah, fuck it. A non-binary female ex-police officer with no genitals, so 0 genitals. Just nothing, just like a blank bit, like a Barbie.
A woman's place is in the kitchen. Good job I got 0 genitalia. Nice little empty space for MBE.
Honestly, every time you put a teaser up, I am fucking crying.
He's a great character, but you know,
you got a few. The other one that I liked is when you done the Redknapp. You done Harry and Jamie Redknapp in the Range Rover.
Oh yeah. Well, the Redknapp one is Harry's just convinced that Jamie's gay, so he's always digging him out for like. I was just trying to make him smash brasses with him to prove that he's not gay. And you know.
Can I ask a favour? So,
but again, you meet them old boy, you know,
bloody
hell, like old boats and all that, and Dover Patrol, and all, you know. But you meet them, so it's that voice. I'll tell you whose voice I use for him, Grandad. Off Only Fools and Horses. The pissy one, not the fluffy one.
The one that looks like he stinks of piss.
No, he was an Uncle Albert.
Uncle Albert.
He was free, he made you fancy fish fingers, didn't he?
Yeah.
But no, the pissy one, I always found him hard to look at. But yeah, that's the voice I use for him, yeah. But no, I'm glad you like it, mate. It's
no, it's great.
I'd never expected to be able to make a living doing it.
Isn't it mad?
And I wish I did it earlier, because when it went fucking lockdown, that's when everyone should have done anything, kind of online-wise. You know,
well, he did. I mean, you and I. I think that's how you and I sort of met, really, wasn't it?
Yeah, but we didn't monetize anything at that point. So you're just giving it away.
Well, you have. I still fucking haven't. I'm still fucking. Well, what I'm doing.
Well, yeah, you still work, but you're just doing all right. Do you know? I thought about doing the knowledge years ago.
Yeah.
Started reading a few of the runs or routes or whatever they are from that first book.
Yeah, the blue book. Yeah.
And I realised, fuck this.
Nah.
That's impossible.
I'll wait till we get into lockdown and do Patreon.
Yeah. I just thought, wow, that's amazing that the people can even do that. But then my cab home last night, black cab, the fella he asked for the postcode. So is that the guy? Is that what it is?
It's gutting. I mean, like as we know. I mean, you don't mind me saying? Can I tell you where you live? Not exactly where you live, but the area southeast towards like the Cutty Sark. That way. Yeah. I don't know why I always thought he was from Sydenham, but he's fucking nowhere near. He used to get the ump about it.
I don't think I've ever been to Sydenham. I vaguely know where it is.
Don't. Anyway, it's so you live that way, and even if you just say Cutty Sark, and then you can just direct him from there, because you might have had a driver. Let's say he's from Harlesden.
No, he was from somewhere
Bermondsey.
Many more miles away from Harlesden. He was from fucking, I don't know.
The Moog.
Turkey. I'm just guessing here. You know, he was from far away.
So, but yeah, for a cab driver to say, can I have your postcode, at least get you to the area for then you to say, look, specifics, because doing my job, you've very strangely and weirdly, you get people in the back of the cab that if you don't go a specific route, they can get pissy about it, even though you know the route.
Oh, that was me last night.
So, but the thing is that get you to an area and just, speaking from experience, just say, oh, mate, do you have a preferred route from here where you want to go?
Yeah.
Just let me know. Whereas at the start, a postcode to get over there is a little bit...
Yeah, it felt a bit overy. The whole experience was a bit overy.
No need to swear on the podcast, mate.
No, is that swear word? Yeah. Well, I'll be honest with you, I got an Uber up there.
I mean, that's unnecessary again.
It was like a limo.
We'll cut that out. Absolutely, we'll cut that out. Jesus Christ. So, what did you do before we was a Patreon star?
Before I ponced fivers a month of people online.
Yeah, it's just a fiver. Nice.
Just a fiver.
It's cheap.
Square fiver. Although it comes back about $5.50 because they put some kind of tax on it. I don't know because I don't pay for it. But yeah, it's fiver. What was I doing before that? Yeah, I was locked down, mate. I was COVIDed.
Mm-hmm.
And before that, I was doing kind of events, construction, you know, like, what do they call it? Crewing work. Best fucking wicked job that is. Shit money, shit hours, fucking treated like shit. Free gym and a laugh. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, hard work, do you know? And I love jobs like that. I don't want to learn I'm getting paid the same, mate. I don't want to learn the technicalities of the sound desk. Just give me a load of stage weights and I'll walk them a mile up and down the road all day long and daydream. I'm a daydreamer.
Yeah.
I am. So I don't want to...
That's where you get your material from. That's what your material goes into with your...
Maybe, yeah. Maybe. I just... people say like... your brain, it's not right. You're not wired right. And I just, once 1,000 people have said it to you, you kind of have to agree.
Where's the upbringing? Where are you originally from?
I was born in the shadow of a volcano in Italy, which exploded. So I moved to England at a young age. I was raised by wolves in Oxley's Woods, off the side of Shooter's Hill. And then when I shedded all my hair, all my pup hair, I went to school in Eltham.
Yeah.
And that was it. I went to a fucking super school. It didn't feel big at the time. It was just my school. But when I look back, it was like a fucking factory of kids.
Yeah.
Like a huge school.
Private?
No. Normal. State school. State school, yeah.
So mummy and daddy didn't have to pay for you to go to school?
No, mate, no. But look, for the people who can, fucking do it.
Yeah.
If you can afford it, do it. Because if at any moment you can take your kids, like living in a nicer area, surround your kids with better people. There's no shame in it. Tom Skinner gets a lot of shit for going to fucking
private school.
Yeah. But it's like, why would you not want why would you shit on that?
I think for a lot of people it might be jealousy because they can't do it or they can't afford it.
Yeah, maybe. But then again, as a kid, you probably don't want to because there's nothing cool about it, is there? You know what I mean? You want to be in normal school and just fit in as a teenager.
Climb trees and throw stones.
Angst-ridden years, aren't they? I mean, I wasn't the most confident teenager, but I don't think anyone is.
No,
you don't meet a teenager who's all fucking... You're figuring the world out, aren't you?
Yeah.
But for me, that dragged on till I was about 20. I was a juvenile. I was a pain in the arse. 18, 19, 20. Just a little fucking...
What was the most outrageous thing you'd done as an older teen?
Was it when I was 19?
A young man.
Jesus Christ. I was just a pain in the arse, man. Just, kind of in a rush to...
Don't hide your face. You're on camera.
Yeah, I forgot we're filming. In a rush to kind of pretend I was some kind of football factory, coke sniffing, bird shagging little fucking thug. And I was...
Was you there?
I wasn't hard enough.
Everything
hard enough, and I didn't fucking have birds.
Did you have the feeler tracksuits and all that stuff?
No. I never really bought into that kind of cosplay side of the dressing up for football. Yeah. The feeler gear and all that. I don't actually. Yeah, it was before my time. The firm kind of clobber.
Yeah.
Clobber.
Yeah.
I don't really understand it or particularly like it.
Do you ever go football now?
I live more or less. Well, I actually live closer to the valley, so I'm closer to Charlton than I always have been than I am to Millwall.
Yeah.
But more of my mates, the majority of my mates, support Millwall, so they now take their kids. So I take mine.
Yeah.
So I go there, but I also go Charlton now and again with my boy just for something to do. It's a bit emptier, and he can run up and down the with his little trains. He's just
abuse the linesman.
Yeah. But no, my son, I'll tell you a good tip. Get a kid. Get a young...
Your own?
It doesn't matter. No one check. Just get hold of a fucking kid. No, whoa. Find a kid. Pick a kid up.
Take your kid to football.
Dress a kid in a fucking zip-up, all-in-one romper suit.
Yeah.
It's just stuffing full of beers. Carry your kid in.
Didn't you do that?
Yeah, I did
you
it.
did it, didn't you?
Yeah, I did it, yeah.
What was the backlash like?
Someone tagged it to the fucking social
services
PCC or whatever. You can't quite. This is the problem. So this is an interesting point. Twitter, and not just Twitter, but that's a great example of it. But communicating via text. There's no internet. You can't.
People read it at the tone. People read it in the tone they want to read it in.
Call someone a cunt in 10 different ways.
Yeah.
But on Twitter or written down, it's just cunt. There's not even any handwriting to read. Do you know what I mean? Because you could write cunt angry, couldn't you? You could write it in bubble letters. You get the picture. But on Twitter, it's black and white. Cunt. So you don't know if this guy was tagging NSPCC sarcastically.
Yeah.
So then if you bite, which I'm prone to doing, you bite you can't. Oh, fucking hell, mate, I was joking. Chill out. Never join. And so I've learned not to bite on Twitter.
Because that's quite a big audience for you as well, isn't it? Twitter?
Yeah, but it's never grown. If you watch that number,
plateaued, hasn't
I've had fucking 40,000 followers on Twitter for about 5 years. So it's just I must be highly unlikable. My numbers are through the floor, mate. I'll do a video, you'll get like 100,000 views and it's like 8 likes.
It's mad.
It's painful, but
You took the mickey out of me the other day because my following has just stayed where it stayed for like a year. It hasn't moved.
well, everyone's on. The thing is, you don't fuck with TikTok.
No.
Neither do I. Now, everyone's only got one phone, you know, or you can only be on one app at once.
Yeah.
So if you're for everyone who's wasting their fucking lives scrolling through TikTok, giving themselves brain rot, they're not on Instagram giving themselves brain rot.
Yeah, true.
Or on Twitter, just arguing with strangers over stuff you've got no intention of changing.
Why are you not on TikTok?
I don't know how to use it, mate. I don't like it. It is a Chinese super weapon. I think we know that. I think that it's genius. It's a fucking Trojan horse that China have created, unleashed on the West, because it appeals to, sadly, our fucking main thing, which is like, oh, make me famous, make me liked. This great big kind of capitalist popularity contest that we all entered into the minute you get onto fucking social media. And it appeals to that because what it will do, it will elevate 0.01% of the users with rewarding their idiocy or their fucking just nonsense, silly dances or swallowing roast potatoes or fucking 1,000 Somalians or whatever you're getting up to. And it will reward them with fame and fortune and fucking everything that all the other users want, and then the other 99.99% think, maybe I should probably do that then. I should probably swallow a few roast potatoes. And before you know it, you've got a whole fucking generation of work-shy kids who don't want to go to work, they just want to swallow roast potatoes.
You ask any between 10 and 15-year-old.
They want to be influencers.
What do you want to be when you're older? They'll say a YouTuber, predominantly.
Yeah, YouTuber, yeah.
Because of KSI, Jake Paul, Logan Paul.
That KSI.
I see him at the boxing the other week.
Cool man.
The Eubank Ben fight. I see him and that Speed. I am Speed, is it?
No,
they're away with the fairies.
No, do you know what it is? See now, with regard to that Speed.
No offence, lads, but you are.
That iShowSpeed.
Yeah.
And a few of the others. Yeah, it's like, it's fucking like autism a job now. Can you become a billionaire being just fucking autistic online? Because it's true. Like, there's loads of them just Twitch streaming their autism and everyone just getting off on it like some kind of fucking Roman zoo.
Like they are millionaires now, aren't they? Isn't it mental?
I mean, has he got a good heart? Ultimately, how you have to judge someone? Possibly. But fucking hell, like, does he deserve this? Does he deserve this money? Do you know what I mean? Has he got any talent? He's just irritating, but...
Would you let your daughter marry him?
If you treated her well, if you loved him, then I'd have to, wouldn't I? I show speed. Not in an ideal world, but I wouldn't have. I don't know. Yeah.
So you've cracked the Patreon world and the voiceovers and all that, and then
about 4 years ago, I've never really tried to do anything else because as I was telling you before we came on, I've got like a mental block of opening my laptop.
Yeah.
And there's opening it, and then there's once you've been brave enough and walked around it for an hour and opened it, then you've got to fucking turn it on.
Are you not scared? Ain't the right word, but are you like nervous of rejection?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe.
I think a lot of people are.
I should probably see a therapist at some point. Yeah, because it's like if it's not. There's two ways of looking at it. If it's not broke, don't. What's the phrase? If it's
don't
broke,
fix
don't
it.
fix it.
Yep.
So there's that, and I know that the people who give me their subs every month and pay their fivers in it, it's, I need to protect that.
Yeah.
So I've got to keep giving them what they're used to.
Yeah.
But yeah, do I need to fucking do something else at some point? Yeah, 100% I do. Yeah, got to. But I will. I'm quite relaxed.
What's the desire? What's the goal? Like, what do you want to do?
I want to. I'd love to. I'd love to make a cartoon. So I'd love to make a cartoon set in a jail. I think that'd be amazing. Almost like a Nev drop. Yeah. Set in a fucking prison. So you have 5... I've been saying this for years. Apparently cartoons are really expensive to make, but I can't believe that. I just can't get my head around that. Especially now with all this chat GP. I can probably type it in and get the scene sent to me or however it works. But yeah, a cartoon set in a prison, I'd love to do that. But then also my other character, a pedo guy. Yeah? I've got a character. Sorry, I've got to explain this to the cameraman. He's based on the little bald nonce. Do you remember him? Against the wall. You ruined my holiday. That one. Do you remember him?
Thanks for this. Ruin my holiday.
Hang on a moment.
So that was my inspiration. He's my muse, if you like. So I used him as a muse, and I just created this mad kind of like nonce character, who's just kind of taken on his own. To be honest, I put him to bed years ago. I stopped doing him because ultimately I'm dressing up as a fuck. Like, he's a bit muggy way to earn a living. He's not muggy. Like you feel a bit of a clown, especially going out and doing stuff.
Yeah,
you know, like I'm a confident person, but it is a bit.
It's the hat as well.
Yeah, and I mean,
talk about when you run on the pitch as well.
Yeah, so I took him to Charlton Norwich in the FA Cup third round, and I just sat right in the corner, facing the away end. So I was giving it to all these Norwich fans. And then when Norwich scored about 10 minutes to go, I thought I've got to so I just run on the pitch. Just to I don't know, but I was fully expecting like the steward to get me in about 10 seconds, yeah? About 45 seconds later, I'm still on the fucking pitch. It was like a twilight, you know. I ran through all the players, went up to the away end. I was giving it all that, you know, as him in character, like does his funny run, doesn't he? You know, he's one of them. He walks like that, you know. But anyway, done his little. But then no one came to me, so I thought, well, what do I do now? So I just spun back round.
Everyone in the top corner.
No, I got amongst the players, didn't I? They was all still celebrating. I'm just barging through them, you know, like knowing that surely I've got to get fucking collared now. And then the stewards picked me up, but that was even better because the way they picked me up, I was like kicking my legs and shit. It was his finest hour.
Great, wasn't it?
But yeah, I got nicked for that.
Then it reappeared recently, wasn't it, in New Cavendish Street?
Yeah, I took him to lose his virginity to Bonnie Blue. I took him to the old fucking Jeet and Greet or whatever they called it. And
that's where she rumped over 1,000 men.
She rumped 1,056. This is the worst thing about it. If anything's ever going to make you feel unattractive, it'll be this. Even though I was in character as pedo guy, she rumped 1,057 men that day. Could have been 1,058, but she turned me down. They fucking knocked me back at the door. But I tell you, the biggest prick in that operation. It's not Bonnie Blue. Don't get me wrong. She's evil and probably there's a motherboard inside her somewhere. I'm sure she's a fucking robot or whatever. But it's not her. It's the dickhead. Her like manager guy. Believe me. I went to Bonnie Blue's fucking gangbang thing. Yeah. Obviously, I wasn't going to fuck her.
Yeah.
The plan was always to just disrupt. Yeah. But I didn't get past the door. It was the best thing I've ever done. The fucking wildest shit I've ever filmed. The funniest fucking. Oh, this will annoy me. I'll get to that in a minute. It was good. Anyway, I've got there, got to the door. They've opened the door, seen me. No, mate, not for you. Pushed me back. Yeah, like the geezers like pushed me from the door, so I'm now outside. So obviously I'm staying in character because I've got cameraman with me. So then I'm like booting the doors and kind of like throwing a few things around, stopping a bit of traffic and things like that, screaming up to the window. Anyway, eventually then they've had to open the door to let people out because the fucking dirty bastards they've all got to get out at some point. And as they've cracked the door open, I've kind of launched myself through the gap in the door and made it into the hallway. This time I've got picked up and chucked out. But then I thought, what can I do here now? Because I've got the cameraman. I thought, okay, these metal gates, obviously those properties have got little steps going up to a nice doorway, but they've got metal gates that open like that. Now, I created like a human lock on the gates. So I sat on, if you can imagine, I've kind of got against the gates, crossed my legs, but within the gates. Can you imagine that? And my arms as well. So the gates open like that and the railings are there.
Yeah.
So I put my arms through and folded them. Same with my legs. Now, the strongest man on earth is not going to be able to open them gates.
Yeah.
You'd have to rip the human body in half. Like, undoable. But I locked everyone in that property for about 20 minutes while I was arguing with her bouncer, right? It was fucking hilarious. But all the time in character as pedo guy. So I've got this great big fucking ginger Muslim bouncer in my ear hole going like, hey, bruv, like, ain't you a bit old for this, bruv, like? And obviously I'm in character. I'm going, oh, leave off, mate. I'm 17 years old. Do you know what I mean? Get out of my fucking ear hole. You're a paedophile, bruv. And it just went on and on and on. And it was fucking blinding. All the time, he wants to hit me. This bloke wants to punch the fuck out of me. But he can't because my cameraman's there, yeah? So you can't.
Excuse me.
And it was blinding. Oh. And then eventually he's nicked my hat, he's took my propeller cap off and took me out. And, you know, eventually I've ended up giving up, walking off.
Because there is an iconic, I say iconic in the modern world, there is an iconic image of her spread eagled on the floor, surrounded by 1,057 Johnnies and the hat.
Yes. Well, this is where I've got to give her credit. The guys nicked my hat. I've gone home with we're celebrating in the pub. That is fucking bollocks. You know, it's the bollocks. Mate, the footage was gold. That night, not only did he nick my hat, so my hat's gone, I've gone home with no hat. Happy, because I've got the footage. I know this is going to fly. I can clip it onto all the Bonnie Blue videos. Put my phone down that night. Didn't drop it or anything, just put my phone down. Woke up in the morning, went to turn it on. Didn't come on. Off, just dead. Just dead phone. What the fuck? Phone committed suicide that night. The only people who know that happened, me, my cameraman, the security guard. Now, luckily, I managed to get a still on my cameraman's phone. So I can prove that it happened, but the footage has gone. I spent that whole day in the Apple shop at Bluewater, and they said that is like a motherboard issue or whatever. I said, it's fucking gone. Nothing on the iCloud, nothing. Yeah.
That's insane.
Absolute killer. Absolute killer. And that was a bad week for me, yeah. So
that could have been gold, wouldn't it?
Mate, it was gold. It was the best thing he's done. Better than the football pitch. Better than the Norwich game. But anyway, just a shame. Yeah, but during that, obviously I'm doing it in character, but my brain's in my head and I'm thinking,
the way she acts, though, she would probably rump pedo guy.
Oh, she would do, yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
For clicks and all that.
For his autism, yeah. She'd dispossess him.
She'd probably believe that is a real... Not pedo guy, but just a real sort of like the voice.
The other one. Did you see the other one? Lily Phillips.
Lily Phillips,
in the care home with the old blokes.
Oh, isn't it?
Fucking hell, man! What are they? It's
what do you think of all this?
What the OnlyFans shit? Well, look, the OnlyFans. This is now like
where
turbo.
are the parents?
No, hold on. This is not OnlyFans. There's a sliding scale of slagginess, and this is like just been accelerated to the nth degree, isn't it? It is. This is like now turbo slaggery. Yeah. But she'll end up seriously rich. That Bonnie Blue, I know a guy who fucking manages shitloads of these OnlyFans girls. He told me last month she earned just off her OnlyFans, I think it was either 1.3 or 1.6 million in a month. In a month.
Wow.
Now, a year of that is 15 mil. Stretch it out for a few years. It's coming up to about 50 mil. That obviously compounds. Rich people get richer, right? She's also got she's getting paid for everything else. Yeah. And now she's some kind of fucking celebrity, let alone role model. Nuts.
But but that's the problem we have, is that as we're all dads here, you, in an ideal world, our daughters are not going anywhere near anything like that, irrelevant of earning £15 million a year.
Yeah. Well, yeah. But
that's the question.
Do you know what?
Her parents.
Isn't it fucked that we're at a point? I don't know if you've ever had this thought, but have you ever met or met like a? Sometimes you see a girl, a really good-looking girl, a good sort, doing a normal job, and you look at them and you think, "Good for you for not doing OnlyFans."
Yeah.
Have you had that thought?
Yeah.
Now, what the fuck? I shouldn't be rewarding you for doing, or not rewarding you, but giving you plaudits. And giving you my fucking heart because I've spotted you and you're fit enough to do OnlyFans, but you've chosen not to be a fucking slut. I shouldn't be like, you deserve a medal.
But she might go home and do OnlyFans of her feet.
Very true. Yeah. Or
are you a foot man?
No, I've never understood that fetish.
No, I've never understood it either.
I've never ever.
There's porn out there.
You're into feet. Black fellas like feet. I know that. They do. I've seen Hitch.
I don't do feet, man.
No, I've never understood it, mate. I can appreciate. I can tell the difference between a fucking horrible pair of feet and a pretty pair of feet.
Yeah.
But no, it's never. It's just a fetish I've never understood.
It's like geezer.
Bonnie Blue's dad is actually on the payroll.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, it's a family operation.
Yeah, they're made out of a lab. They have to be.
The Blue family.
Isn't it?
Yeah, she's
They took
fucked.
the blue pill. Like, what the fuck? It's insane.
It is mad, mate. But
good luck to her, yeah, and all that shit.
I
I'll
kind
have
of
her on here in your seat.
I can hear the argument about, well, we've just reclaimed it's. I can hear it. I don't fucking agree. Well, what they will come back and say, like, I'll cry in my Ferrari. That's the phrase they use, isn't it?
Yeah, I do.
Money over everything, right?
Some people have actually said as well is that they try to get on not the bandwagon, but they'll try not. They'll try not to point the finger at her oh, you got to look at the men that are doing it, the men that are standing there for an hour to wait to get their 70 seconds of love or whatever.
Well, the thing about OnlyFans, so what you said a minute ago, she might that paramedic, that beautiful paramedic, might go home and be doing feet pics.
Yeah.
You don't earn no money doing feet pics. My mate, the OnlyFans guy, said it's not that. It's the chat. It's
it's all that
access.
You know what they used to do?
So anyone, there's fucking like there's dads just frittering away their kids' inheritances just so they can, because they're that lonely or whatever, just so they can talk to this young bird who's not going to reply on Instagram. So they pay their £10 a month so they can fucking talk to Bonnie Blue. Pathetic.
10 years ago, it was Babe Station, right?
Yeah.
And then before that, it was you'd call a lonely housewife. What are you wearing? She's doing the ironing. And it, oh yeah, I'm just laying here and I'm about to unpeel a banana and shove it in my arse. Would you like to eat it out of my arsehole? While she's just fucking ironing her son's vest for the next day at school.
That's a weird one, mate. That is just like you can't even see anything, can you?
Like it's just evolved all this, and it's just evolved from that.
Yeah. Babe Station was a happy medium when it was the gentleman's choice.
969 after a night out of Faces.
4 in the morning.
Creep at home.
Volume 1.
Yeah.
Or 0.
Or 2, because if you don't like odd numbers and all that.
It depends how much gear you've done. Like, one can still be fucking lad.
Someone's coming down the stairs.
Yeah. So can undoing your zip bit by bit. You know, like that deafening anyone. Well, some people might know. Right? Well, that was part of me stand-up. My fucking.
This is the thing I wanted. So
that's still part of my stand-up. Actually, 4 years later. Yeah, I've refused to write any new material.
So people. So the point of not the point of this podcast, but on this podcast, I've invited people that have come on to my comedy nights at Backyard, and I remember you pestering me every time to fucking come and do it yet again, like you do. And
then I fucking flopped every single time.
No,
once was all right. The last time was a shocker at that Turkish Greek place in Essex, but I was pissed.
Yeah,
I was pissed. I got pissed.
But the very first show you ever done, it was December the 5th, 2021.
Yeah,
I remember it like that because it was my very first ever show.
So what's that? Four and a bit years ago.
Yeah.
So I've probably done stand up in total
4 times since then, isn't it?
Probably, mate.
Because you've done Bermondsey Social Club.
I've done stand up about 7 times in my life, so I think I'm okay at it. I've got enough bollocks to give it a go.
Yeah.
But the reason why I won't call myself a comedian, is because like I understand you've got to earn that.
It's a craft,
or that's what they say, and to be good at anything. If you want to make the best cup of coffee you can make, you make 1,000 of them and you'll be about there. You know what I mean? But don't expect to be able to do it if you only do it if you make 1 cup of coffee every 7 months. And that's where I'm at, because I'm shit. I can't remember anything. It's like the knowledge. I just can't remember that. So I can't remember my jokes. They're all written on my hand.
People, I mean, but even the seasoned vets will still write stuff on their hand.
Oh, no, for sure. But I've got like fucking inner monologue going on as well. Different kind of voices and other thoughts, intrusive thoughts, and all the time trying to appear relaxed. And plus, Cabs, there's no money in it.
No.
There's no fucking money in it, especially in London. There's only so many comedy clubs with so many slots, and they're more or less happy to pay everyone who wants to build up their hours and kind of learn their craft, or whatever it is. They'll pay them in stage time.
I mean, the people that we know, and if we look at like Josh James now, that when he very first started, he's got better and better and better. The more and more he's done it. He's like, not say fucked off. He's like his day job or anything like, because he's still working. But now he's with a good like agent, comedy agent, and all that, like up the creek.
Yeah.
The UTC, and he's
the token white guy down at up the creek, isn't he? Have a look at their roster. Go through their page. It's like
but he has honed in on his craft, as we say, and he's just got better, and he's doing his tour now. Like this year, like fucking
smashing
fair
it.
play to him. But
you're playing in that football thing in a week or two.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think you are.
Possibly. Am I?
Yeah. No, I thought you were. You normally do, don't you? That Sammy Joe,
yes,
yes, mate. Yeah.
But yeah, with regards to sort of the comedy stuff, do you see yourself as wanting to pursue that anymore, or
do you know what?
Would you rather write?
I would rather just get loads of fucking patrons, mate. I don't.
How many patrons you got now?
I don't want to be on. No comment. I don't want to be on TV. I don't want to be on.
Your driver outside in the Rolls Royce nose.
Yeah. No, enough. Yeah,
Good
but I want more. But I've got no delusions of. I wouldn't want a fucking agent. I wouldn't want a manager. People say to me, "Oh, you need a manager. You need what? So someone can ring me up and tell me what to do, and I've got to pay them." I'll probably, maybe they would get you some work. I don't know, but my problem is I don't like being in someone else's hands. You know, I don't want to be told that, well, you do this, but don't fucking say that.
Yeah.
What?
Maybe they could be like an addition to you if you got the right agent per se.
Maybe, yeah.
It's like, especially with your voiceover stuff. There's I don't know, comedy channels out there that want or look for things like that.
Oh yeah, there is. There's voiceover agents,
and then because you haven't got those connections, an agent could have and just say, look, Leo, this is possibly something that you could look into because it's another stream of income for you.
Yeah. That's what I could do with a few more revenue streams for sure. And there is voiceover agents and that. Yeah, maybe I should, but
it's all that stuff about I've got to give them 20% or 25%.
Oh no, I don't mind that. I'm used to that. I do that every month with fucking Patreon. They take their, you don't see the whole fiver, as you know. You see about £3.50 of it. You see about 70%.
Yeah, but when you've got 18,000 Patreons, you're all right.
Yeah,
you don't
mind.
Well,
exactly. Yeah. I just bought a fur coat.
Well, like a Eubank.
Yeah, how good was that when he got out of the car? Do you know what?
Did you watch it? Yeah.
I was walking to my dad's, so I got the text before I'd seen it, and then I'm like, oh, what? And then I've gone onto Twitter, I looked at it and seen it happen, and I was like, fuck, you needed to be in front of the telly for that, didn't you? Or in the stadium.
Yeah. How happy did Junior look, though?
Oh, mate, it was heartwarming.
You could see, when they were walking, you could see a smirk in Junior's...
when someone's trying not to smile.
Yeah. And he was like, he could hear the noise... And he knows, and then as you see, Senior, they've obviously had a chat.
Yeah,
Senior would probably normally be front and centre with Junior behind. He's probably been told, now listen, it's my fucking night.
Yeah.
Just be here, but just
slightly behind me.
There.
And just in behind. Yeah, it's great.
And then when it went up to
you look like him when you did that. Do that again. Yeah, you did the first time.
I did. Yeah, you can't repeat it.
Yeah.
But what was funny was they was in Ben's. Connor Ben's changing room, and it's on their big screen.
Yeah,
they're all looking right. And then when obviously Connor's turned away, obviously getting in the zone and whatever, Nigel just turns around and he's smirking, and he's thinking to himself, "Of course that fucking cunt was going to be here."
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I called it on the day. I was just thinking about it, and I thought you might have seen the tweet I put out. I said, "There's no way on God's green earth that fella is not turning down that. He's not going to turn down that amount of attention."
Yeah.
And then when it happened, it was like a collective. You could feel everyone going, "Of course he fucking, of course he was going to turn up." But it was great. Just so nostalgic, the whole thing.
Yeah, they done very well, both of them, didn't they?
No, it's blinding. I'll tell you what, they did fuck up the music though. The ring walks, they didn't go quiet, and then you didn't hear. Doom, doom.
Yeah.
The Tina Turner. It kind of.
But they changed it on the night because when obviously Chris turned up, he was talking to Majestic, who was on the decks and all that. And
Who was?
Big Eubank, Senior.
Oh, okay.
Had a word with them and they said, we want to change. So they kept the orchestra that were in there, but they removed some other bits.
Oh, so that was intentional.
So they had to think on their feet on the night with obviously trying to do other music as well. But as you know, in that sort of world, it's like to try and stay live with other people's music and things like that going on.
Yeah.
You're then trying to alter the main event's fucking music and what's being done.
Yeah. So it was Majestic was on the decks, was he?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Did you know him?
I know Kev.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't like Majestic?
I don't even. I've heard him on Talk Sport. That's about it.
Oh, he's brilliant.
Yeah.
He's a geezer, mate.
Yeah.
Oh, mate.
He's losing weight. He's like doing a fitness thing,
yeah,
isn't he?
Yeah. Some timber. Yeah, he's everywhere.
Okay.
He's an artist, mate.
Yeah. What music is it?
All kinds of stuff. He just done a Garage Nation thing recently.
I never got Garage. Did you like Oh, fuck off with Garage, mate. I was still listening to...
What's your ensemble then?
I was still listening to Oasis when everyone was pretending to like Garage. And I was like, what? I was at all them fucking parties. I was at all them Garage shit parties in like little sports clubs in, over 16s raves and things like that. I was at them, but hated every second of it. The music was shit. I had that whole
Big
era.
Oasis fan then?
I was, yeah.
Are you going to their...
I ruined my knees as a teenager trying to walk like Liam Gallagher, if you must know. Yeah.
Ruined your knees?
I was that into Oasis, so I kind of thought I was him, yeah.
The bowl and everything?
Yeah.
Haircut?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, trainers, haircut, the Adidas, zip-ups. Yeah, walked like him for a bit.
Do you like going to concerts?
No. Listen, I'm an Elton John superfan, so I've evolved. I went karaoke last night, did Elton John, ruined it for everyone listening, but, you know, yeah, I love Elton John.
Does your missus like concerts?
So I can go there and take, I just know the right cocktail of the right level of alchemy for certain, but do I enjoy being at a fucking gig surrounded by people close to me? Nothing worse.
Yeah.
Even in a nightclub, I need to be against the wall. And it's not that you know, you get them people like won't sit in the middle of a restaurant in case they get shot. You know, them ones like, oh, I've got to sit by the corner. You know, like, it's not that.
See what's going on.
It's like a fucking claustrophobia thing. That feeling, I like being on the edges.
The missus, does she like a concert?
No, not really. No,
Did she not go to the Usher concert?
No, mate. No, I wouldn't, she wanted to. I said, you fucking stay where you are.
Some of the fucking things there, innit? Have you seen
it's a hendo, isn't it? It's a giant hendo of like fucking sexually frustrated women.
Yeah.
Probably should go myself, actually.
Take pedo guy with
Bag of cherries.
Isn't it? The cherries, some of the visuals.
Yeah, it's mad. Didn't a bloke, he divorced his wife, didn't he? One man.
Really?
Yeah. That woman, the first woman with a cherry.
Story.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. She went on news. She's like, I'm fucking single.
Oh, really? Yeah. You are now. Yeah, you were acting single as well. We could see that.
I'm sure there was a video there of a bird doing it, but she was there with her fella, and he's like, "Stop."
Oh yeah, Jesus
You're on
Christ.
the big screen.
Yeah.
Like you're on the big screen.
I suppose it's part of that. It's I wouldn't have minded going Usher, to be honest with you.
Some of the birds were trying to fucking, hey, I'll take the cherry out of my mouth.
What, they brought their own cherries?
Craving herpes though, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Usher? Yeah.
Was he?
Yeah.
He wasn't that well known. I've never heard
Cold Sore College.
about that. It didn't make it to South London, that bit of gossip. Didn't make it through the tunnel.
The Wi-Fi weren't working.
Yeah. So maybe they told someone in South London, they just didn't care. But yeah, I didn't know that. Usher had herpes.
You're not a concert man then?
No.
Will you go to the Oasis?
I will definitely 1,000,000% go to Oasis. I
You
listen.
got tickets?
No, but I'll get some. I won't not have a ticket for that. I have to go. I don't have to go, but me and my mates will definitely go to that 100%. But no, I didn't get involved in that ridiculous £900 bidding war last year. Half them people will be skint by now anyway, looking to flog them.
Would you go to that?
Oasis?
Yeah.
No, but do you know, everything's dear now.
I enjoyed it when I was young.
Yeah. Now.
I'm a bit like you. A concert doesn't.
Do you know what? I'll go to Oasis for the same reason, and I will enjoy it for the exact same reasons I loved that fight on Saturday. So, because it was just like going back in time.
Yeah.
So it's just for that. Just for that.
True.
I went to Streets for a similar reason last summer, or might have been the summer before. But you know, kind of, all I'm trying to do is shut my eyes for a minute and try and transport. You know, sometimes
Go back 20 years. 15
you know, sometimes you should be having a normal day and you'll get like a smell of something, and it'll be like, what the fuck? That was the smell from 1999.
Yeah.
You know, like, and then by the time you've smelt it, it's gone.
Like that. What did you used to say? That fucking smell of that tree that smells like cum.
The cum tree, yeah. You got any cum trees near you? It's a tree that smells. You know that. Listen, you know the smell.
I know.
What kind of dirty bastard buys an house with a cum tree in a garden? Yeah?
There's a tree out there that smells of spunk, mate.
Yeah, mate. Proper.
Yeah.
It's got that bleachy smell.
Yeah, Penrith Park used to have one. Yeah, where I used to live.
Did it? Well, there's one near Greenwich Park, so it must be like, I don't know. Yeah, there's a cum tree. Yeah, that's. I mean, I can leave that nostalgia.
If anyone's out there that knows what we're talking about, tell us what it is.
Yeah, what is that tree that stinks of cum? Yeah,
smells
that was part of my stand-up, wasn't it? The old cum tree gag.
Yeah,
See, I can't even remember it, man. I did a weird one the other day. So I had someone said they've got an OnlyFans girl from America.
I had to Google it.
The cum tree.
It's telling me it's either the calorie pear tree or the Bradford pear, but yeah, it has a smell often described similar.
Well, a semen.
Told you. He's going to plant it when he goes home.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, how on earth with a straight fight? Like, why have you got that in your garden, man? Cut the fucking thing down.
It's not like it's lavender, is it?
Pardon?
It's not like it's lavender, like a nice smell of lavender.
It's like, yeah, strange, mate. But what was I saying?